What's going on, second grade? Mr. Hunter here with your second grade math lesson for today. We have a lot to do, so a couple of things you're going to need. You're going to need your worksheets. We're going to be on pages 229, 230. We're also going to be using our pencils and our rulers, so get those out. We're going to talk about a few things: equivalent measures, thermometer temperatures, unit weights for objects, the use of a ruler, addition and subtraction with carrying and borrowing, and then we're going to do some story problems. You guys have been doing well all week, all year with these story problems. You've been doing really good with the measurements. We're getting a little bit more in depth because we added pounds and ounces the other day. We're going to talk about kilograms and grams today. So we're going to dive deeper. But story problems and then the carrying and borrowing, you guys have been doing amazing. I really can't explain that even more. So we're going to dive deeper. You guys are ready. Remember, it's math. You got to have your mind ready, focus, be ready, have a bottle of water next to you. I got mine. I'm ready to rock. I'm ready to go. I'm going to take a sip and we'll be ready. How many times did I just say ready? I said ready about 1,000 times. All right. Number one, it says write the answer. 1 yard equals how many inches? All right. So here's how we're going to do this. And if you listen carefully, you might find another answer in this question. We need to know how much a yard equals. Well, we do know this. What do we know? We know 3 feet equals 1 yard. Now, we're looking for the inches. So how many inches are in 1 foot? Well, there's 12 inches in 1 foot. So if we have 12 inches in 1 foot, we need to get to 3 feet. All right, so that's how we'll find out. So we have 12 inches. So 12 inches gives us 1 foot. If we add another 12, that's going to give us 2 feet, right? So 12 plus 12 is what? 12 plus 12. 2 plus 2 in the ones place is 4. And then we add 1 plus 1 is 2. So that's 24. So we have 24 between these two. Between those two is going to give us 24. So now we have 24, but that's only 2 feet. So we need to add 12 more. So we add 24 plus 12. It's going to give us 2 plus 4, which is 6. And then we bring the 1 plus 2 down. It's going to be 3. So 36. 36 inches is 3 feet. But guess what? It's 3 feet, but they're asking us how much is a yard. So if 36 inches equals 3 feet, then that equals 1 yard. So 1 yard equals how many inches? 36. If you see that, we really just broke it down. We had to find out how many inches were in a foot, and we had to get to 3 feet. Once we got to 3 feet, we're not worried about the feet anymore. We just have to take those inches and apply it to the yard, because 1 yard is going to equal how many inches? 36, which is the same as 3 feet. Remember this all the time. 12 inches equals 1 foot. If you're trying to look for another foot, then you had to add 12 more. If you're looking for another foot, you add 12 more. And once you get to 3 feet, you get 1 yard. So if 3 feet is 1 yard, how many feet is 2 yards? So 3, we just have to add 3 more. So it's going to be 6, right? So it's just like adding, it's doubling, all right? If we add 3 feet or 3 yards, we have 3 yards, then we have to add 3 more feet. So it's going to be 9 feet equals 3 yards. You understand what I'm saying? It's really about just adding and doubling up each time. All right, let's go down 1 foot. Oh, guess what, guys? I gave you the answer by doing this problem here. 1 foot equals how many inches? Another way to tell that is to look at your ruler and look exactly about how many inches does it say on that side. Again, inches starts with INCH, not the CM. So make sure you're doing that. And then you go down to pounds and ounces, gallons and quarts. 1 year equals how many days? I want you to go back. If you don't know already, look at your worksheet from yesterday or look at the video from yesterday and tell me how many ounces are in 1 pound. It's there. You can do it. I know it's going to be great. All right, we're going to move along quickly today. Number 2 says, what are the temperatures in the Amazon jungle? Well, again, when you're looking at a thermometer, remember, we're counting by 2s on the small lines. The big lines are the 10 mark. So it goes 70, 80, 90, 100. But now we have to look at the red mark on our paper. All right, so it goes just past the 90-degree mark. So let's look. Is it past the 2? Yeah, it's past the 2, but is it at the 4, right? Is it at the 4? No, there's a line there, right? There's 4 lines between 90 and 100. And the coloring goes just above. So if this is worth 2, that's 92, and then that's 94. Is this at the 2 or the 4? It's neither. It's in between. So we're going to color. What's in between 2 and 4? The number 3. So what are you going to put? It's 93 degrees, all right? You guys have been doing great with the thermometers. The key what is Mr. Hunter going to say is the key to everything. Taking your time. You guys have to take your time, because if you move too fast, you'll write the wrong temperature down. You'll get the wrong answer, and then we'll have to mark it wrong on the test, and you won't get 100. And we want 100, right? Yeah, we want 100. 100, A plus. All right, number 2, you're going to do the same thing, but take your time with that. Number 3, it says mark under the closest weight for each object. All right, so pounds or ounces, which one is heavier? Pounds. So you're going to identify the pictures for number 3, for the bird, the macaw, and then the bananas, and you're going to look at what is bigger, a pound or an ounce. Think in your head, what would weigh more? Would a bird like that weigh ounces or would it weigh pounds? Remember, we measure things in weight with pounds. That the sign, the abbreviation for pounds is LBS. And again, remember 1 pound, back at the top at number 1 pound equals how many ounces? Well, guess what? A pound, when you write the abbreviation, it's an L and a B. That kind of looks like what number? The L and the B. When you write an L, sorry, write this a little bit better. When you write an L and then a B, what number does that look like? When you find out what number that is, that's what you're going to put for your first one up there with pound and ounces, so you know that. All right, number 4 is where you're going to use your ruler. It says measure the jaguar. I love jaguars. They're similar to what my favorite animal is, which is a cheetah, as you guys know. And then you're going to measure with your ruler and then write the answer down, which you're going to measure with your inches side of the ruler. So not the centimeters, the inches. Looking at underneath of that, you're going to take this scale and you're going to use the scale of 1 inch equals 2 feet. So now you know this, 1 inch equals 2 feet, just for this problem. All right, it says how long is the real jaguar? So if you get an answer for the jaguar, and it says it's 5 inches, 1 inch equals 2 feet. So you have 5 inches. So that means every time you count 1, it's gonna look a little bit like this. It might sound confusing, but you're gonna be doing it pretty simple, okay? So what you're doing is you're translating the number. So if 1 inch equals 2 feet, and you have 5 inches, all right, how would you write this? How would you write this? You're gonna write 5 inches, but 1 inch equals 2 feet. So if you have 1 inch, that's 2 feet. If you have 2 inches, that's gonna be 4 feet, right? 3 inches, it's gonna be 6 feet. 4 inches, it's gonna be 8 feet. And then 5 inches is gonna be 10 feet. So pretty much you are doubling every time that you add the answer, you find the answer. So whatever you measure, you're gonna use that. So if you find that this jaguar is 2 inches long, then how much do you go? You go 2 inches, oh, that's 4 feet. If it's 3 inches, oh, that's 6 feet. And then you're gonna do the math problem at the bottom. You're gonna find out, how long the real jaguar is in real life, okay? At the bottom, some fun practice, sums and differences. All right, now we're doing the sums and differences. Remember, sums is when we're adding, doing addition. Differences is when we're taking away, we're doing subtraction. You have the first problem. It says 324 minus 139. Okay, so how do we do that? It might be a lot of math work today, but I think we can do that. Let's try this problem out. All right, 324 minus 139. All right, so right off the bat, remember we're doing practice with carrying over and borrowing. So we have 4 minus 9. We can't do that. So we have to take away. So we have to take away 1 from here, right? All right, and we're going to put 1 in there. So 14 minus 9 is going to give us what? It's going to give us 5. 5. So we write a 5 right there. But now we have a 1 over here. Can we do anything with that 1 minus 3? No. So we have to take away again. We have to take away something from the 3 over here. And that's going to be a 2. And now we add a 1 here. So now we have 11. 11 minus 3 is going to be what? 11 minus 3. If you have a number line, you need to put that there. 11 minus 3 is going to give us the number 8. All right, so we're going to write 8 down here. All right, and then we have 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 is pretty simple. It's going to give us a 1. We're going to write that down, and our answer is going to be 185. So you really have to take your time breaking it down, each one. That was only a ones place, a tens place, and a hundreds place, but now we're going to go into a thousands place, and then you're going to do another thousands place for adding the sum, and then another one at the end. So 3 problems working with carrying and borrowing, the subtraction and addition, really taking your place. And what side of the problem do we always start on? This is a question for everyone in the class. Doesn't matter. Ruby, anybody can answer. All right, we start with the ones place. The 1 all the way on the right side. You're going to start with that number, and you come all the way over and work yourself. Work your way over slowly, making sure you have to carry and borrow correctly. All right. excuse me, we're going to turn the page, and we're going to start on 230 in just a second. I'm going to have a little game for you to play really quickly before we move on. All right, guys, so before we get into breaking down what a kilogram is and what a gram is, I want you to think about this, just based off the words that you hear. I'm going to call out a couple of objects to you. These are called metric weights. And I'm going to call out a couple of objects to you. And I want you to I want you to tell me if it's less or if it's more than a kilogram. All right, so I'm going to break it down. And I was going to pick my own, but I'm going to use some from the book. They gave some really, really great examples. All right, so these objects, what do you think about a lion? Is a lion more or less than a kilogram? Raise your hand if you think more. All right, more. You are correct. All right, what about a leaf? Is a leaf less or more than a kilogram? Less. All right, what about a nickel? A nickel. Is a nickel less or more than a kilogram? It is also less. All right, what about a feather? That's an easy one. All right, you guys know that. That's less. What about a can of cola? That's old school, but a can of Coca-Cola or your favorite soda, root beer, Sprite. A can of soda is also less. So we have a lot of things that are less than a kilogram. But what about a car? A car or SUV? That would be more. That would be more. So that's correct. So a car is more, a lion is more, but everything else that we mentioned is less. And why is it less? Well, we're going to find out. All right. So we're going to turn over and look at our page on page 230. And it says at the top, it says metric measures of weight. All right. When you look at this, it says 1 kilogram is worth 1,000 or it's equal 1,000 grams. But a gram is smaller than an ounce. So isn't that amazing? So a gram is smaller than an ounce. So 1 kilogram equals 1,000 grams. So that's a lot of grams. Now, a kilogram is larger than the pound. So a kilogram is bigger than a pound. It's bigger than an ounce, bigger than a gram. Wow, kilogram is pretty heavy. So that's a lot. So let's look at number 1. Looking at that picture, looking at what we've just been told, the gram is a smaller unit than the ounce. The kilogram is a larger unit than the pound. We have to number the measures of weight from smallest to largest. All right. So if we look at the smallest one, it says the gram is smaller than an ounce. What should be the smallest one? All right, it has it there for us. It has a gram. So what's next? What's bigger? Is a pound, kilogram, or ounce next? Well, I think it's going to be an ounce because a pound is bigger than an ounce, right? And a kilogram is bigger than an ounce. So ounce is going to be where we're putting the number 2. All right, so we put number 2. Now, between a kilogram and a pound, what did we just learn? Is a pound or a kilogram bigger? Kilogram, exactly. So if we know a kilogram is bigger, what's next? Where do we put the 3? We're going to put the 3 for pound because pound is next after ounce. And then the very last one is we're going to put kilogram. That's where we're going to put number 4. So you have to put them in order from biggest to smallest. All right. Now let's look at the story problem on number 2. It says a white tent bat weighs about 5 grams. Oh, remember what we do? We write the number, we circle the number or underline it when we hear it. A white tent bat weighs 5 grams. How many grams do 2 white tent bats weigh? So you know the formula. You have 5 and then you have another bat, which equals 5. And so what do you have to do? Do you subtract? Are you taking away or are you adding them together? Okay, you're going to do that story problem. Now, remember what I said. When you have these problems, if you know the answer right off the bat, that's great. That's amazing. But you're not going to get all the points you want by just writing the answer. You have to write the problem. You have to show your work. So you're going to do that. You're going to write the problem. You're going to write the formula. Show me how you got the answer. Because remember, if you get it wrong, we don't know how to fix it. But if you show me the work, then I can know, oh, you made a mistake here. All right. Looking down at the bottom, it says circle the objects that are nearest to 1 kilogram. So that's pretty self-explanatory. You're going to do that. And then number 4 says circle the objects that are nearest to 1 gram. So you're going to circle those. So make a wise decision just looking at the pictures. And then last but not least, another story problem. This one we're going to apply a multiplication formula to how we get this answer. So I'll read it for you, but you're going to try this on your own. It says, Mom made snacks for Emily's soccer team. Wow, that sounds like a nice mom. Does your mom make snacks for you and your friends sometimes? Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right. She put 10 cookies on each plate. So we need to underline 10. If Emily took 4 plates, how many cookies did she take? Oh, so here's the thing. Emily's mom put 10 cookies on each plate. So that's 1. She circled 10. So we put the 4 down at the bottom. And then Emily took 4 plates. So she has 4 plates of 10 cookies. How many cookies did she take? I want you guys to show me the formula. Now you can, I'm not even going to tell you. I just want you to show me the formula, how you got that answer. Show your work, show the problem. I'll give you a hint. It's a multiplication problem that you're going to be writing down here. All right. You guys have been great. I'm actually going to put a white tent back in the video. I want to see what that looks like and show you guys that. So hope you enjoy it. I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow with tomorrow's math lesson.